Oh, Terry, you got hearts. Dating and relationship scope. And yes, I have been a coach. I am an energetic healer as well as a spiritual and relationship coach. But I think that some coaches give the worst ever dating and breakup advice. And I'm going to give you 3 real life examples that I personally have seen. And so I'm going to share them with you now and remind you that it is not your fault, okay? Because there's a lot in dating coaching industry that tries to blame the woman or the person seeking the help. Okay, so the first example, and there's 3 different kinds of main coaches. There are business coaches, life coaches, and spiritual coaches. And a lot of people do a lot of overlap. I, for one, have done all 3 and done really well for my clients in all 3. And some focus on one. So the first one is the business coach one. So I have actually had a coach who does a lot of social media and business say to me, what are 3 things that you have done to achieve your goal of being a housewife? It's so weird. And the reason why this approach is so weird is because it's not a business venture. You can't just sit here doing like a checklist on your way to the road to marital bliss. It's bizarre. It doesn't work like that. So that's the first way that a business coach gives really bad dating advice. The second way is from a spiritual coach, and this is more for breakups. And I hate when I see this, is when you break up, the spiritual coach is going to say, well, how did you cause this? How are you vibrating to make this happen in your life? So this is incredibly victim blaming. I actually unfriended somebody who did this. So this is like saying, how did you cause another person to become a low life gambler who is mooching off your money and cheated on you? Like, nobody caused anybody else to do anything. If you've got a bad man, you've got a bad man. You did nothing in the world to deserve that. You were probably actually a very nice person. So that's the way in which spiritual coaches are victim blaming. And then the last way in which coaches give really crappy dating and relationship advice is life coaches. I have had 2 life coaches of mine encourage me to stay in incredibly toxic relationships instead of being able to quickly pinpoint that this was a bad situation. So, because a lot of times life coaches will just be like, why don't you reach out to him? Why don't you text him? I will tell you why you don't reach out and text him. Because he's a man. If he wants to reach out to you and text you, he will. So the underlying cause why all 3 types of coaches, business, life, and spiritual coaches, all are hashtag fails in, hey, Angela, thanks for joining. So the reason why all 3 coaches fail in giving you solid advice is because a lot of traditional coaching and mainstream coaching, is predicated upon doing. There's a lot of action-oriented coaching going on. And the reason for this is because if they don't have you do something, if they don't assign you homework or get you results, you're going to say they're not an effective coach. They need to earn their keep by being like, oh, do this, change your homework this. That's actually not what real coaching is, what that's good at. So the approach that I always take is being okay with who you are. That's the alternative. And there's less of a doing, and actually a doing less, because right now what we're doing is we're overdoing, we're efforting, we're exhausting ourselves. Women are already overwhelmed, running a million things at once. So the last thing you want to do is run your dating life like that. And you want to know, and here's a little bonus tip, you want to know who actually gives really good advice? Your friends. In the realm of dating, especially your single friends, your married friends just want you to be married too. And they're like, oh, sure, he's fine. What do you mean he's fine? He has 3 divorces. How is he fine? Don't listen to that. You want to get that really bitter single friend who's like, girl, I can't even stand his name. You really do. And it's funny because I read a study about 10 years ago that said that single people give better dating advice because they're not clouded. They don't have any other agenda other than being your friend and making sure that you're not going down a path that you shouldn't be going on and wasting time. Right? Whereas, and this is a confirmation bias, okay, psychologically speaking. Married people want to confirm that their relationship is good and solid and what they're going through is totally normal and fine. It's okay to suffer, right? So they want to make sure everybody else is doing the same thing. And, and this is not a pessimistic point of view. I absolutely am a romantic and believe in love. I just don't believe in shitty advice. And I want to save you your time and your heartache. And so I would actually find that single friend of yours, which is what I do when in my own personal life. I will go to the friend who is willing to nitpick down because I have a tendency to compromise my standards or my values, or I want to be open-minded. I'm a spiritual person, and so I'll be like, maybe I could try dating somebody with 2 kids, and they're like, you don't even like kids. What are you doing? No, they'll remind you who you are and what's good for you and what's not good for you. With 7.5 billion people in the world, not everyone's going to be a winner. Oh my God. You know who's a winner? That guy. That guy who can lick his own balls. He's a winner. He's got my heart. So I'm being upstaged by a stupid dog trick. So there you have it. That's why coaches suck at giving this advice. And so if you want to hear more about the kind of shitty coaching that you want to avoid, go check out a webinar that Angela and I actually are going to be doing if we can work out our internet. So you can get it from this link right here, www.jointheabyss.com/webinar. And there's a pre-launch price going on right now. It's going to go up by $100, and you're going to get some special bonuses. There's going to be a manifesting mantra from Angela. There's also going to be a vacuum that shame away from my friend Karen. So there's a lot of good stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you www.jointheabyss.com/webinar. See you guys.